What is your school and class?
Naperville Central High School, class of 2022.
And what club team do you play for, and what position are you?
Eclipse Select Soccer Club, and I am a midfielder or forward.
Oh, yeah!
Discuss your family's sports history.
So my dad played hockey. He played up until he made the NHL, so he was in like the minors for hockey and for the Capitals. My mom was a softball player and a basketball player. She could have gone D1 for softball, but she also played basketball. My grandpa convinced her to go D3 so she could play both. So she went to Alma College and played both softball and basketball. My oldest brother is into karate. He's been on the national team many times. He's traveled around the world. He's competed against the top people, and he's getting back into it right now. He could have made the Olympics too if he could have made the Olympic trials if he was second place. He got third. And my youngest brother is a hockey player, and he is playing for AAA hockey right now. And yeah.
So is it almost like expected that you're supposed to play a sport?
I wouldn't say expected. I just think that my parents believe that playing sports really taught you a lot about life. So I was thrown into everything when I was little, and it wasn't expected of me to keep going. It was just expected of me to find something that I love, and that didn't have to be sports.
Why did you start playing soccer?
My parents just threw me into it when I was little, when I was in preschool, and I just ended up loving it from there. But it wasn't like my choice to be thrown into it. It was definitely just my parents putting me in little kid soccer.
And now it probably is your choice.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
What is your favorite memory of soccer overall? It doesn't have to be from a specific year, but just overall.
I don't think I really have one specific one, but one from when I was 10 years old, when I was in this tournament with my club team at the time, Joe Bonito. We were in the championship game, and you could tell everybody was just tired and nervous. It's probably like one of the first times we've ever been in a championship game. And our coach kind of pulled us aside, and it was kind of like evening time, so it was like perfect soccer weather. I remember it like so clearly. And he told us that he didn't really want us to go out there and like just focus on winning the game. He wanted us to go out there, do what we do, and live with the results. And our club was all about skills and creativity, not just scoring goals. It was trying to make us better soccer players. And that kind of stuck with me because you could kind of apply that lesson to any aspect of your life. All you got to do is do what you do, be the person you want to be, and everything will work out in the better.
What keeps you dedicated to the sport and the workouts?
I would just say how I am a person that can't stop moving. And I know that if I don't work out, it's just gonna affect me negatively. I'm not gonna be a happy person. And just thinking that I wanna be better and I wanna be the best player in the world someday. So I gotta start now because that's just the reality of it. I just have to start now. I have to keep building. And some of my role models like Carly Lloyd, she practices literally every day. She works out every day and goes as hard as she can. So if she is having the success that she has on the field right now, there's no telling what I could do if I start now.
Can you describe the feeling you get while you play?
I would say it's like my true personality comes out. I think I'm not one to like be really focused or mad on the field. When I'm playing at my best, I'm smiling, I'm having fun, and it's just like a freeing feeling. It's like nothing can touch you, nothing that is going on in your life can really bother you at that moment. And it's just you and the ball, and you're just trying to work on your game and do what you can do.
How old were you when you first started playing, and what's your earliest memory of soccer?
I was about 4 or 5 years old, and I was in preschool. And my earliest memory would have to be just like some of the practices that we had. It was in this little park. I think it was at Prairie Park. And I remember the coach telling the other coach when we were doing shooting, aim for her left foot, she's a lefty.
Do you feel like the other sports you played help to improve your soccer game?
Definitely. I guess one example would be basketball. Just the fact of how much you run in basketball and the fitness that it requires really helped me stay in shape. playing defense and getting low and using your legs, that definitely helped. I was always so much more quick coming out of basketball season than going into soccer season. It was kind of like insane how much it helped me. Baseball, just that hand-eye coordination was so helpful. Gymnastics, just overall strength and core. I don't think I've really lost the core that I had when I was little and doing gymnastics. That's how much it built out my core. And that helps with shooting in soccer and just your balance and stuff.
Was there ever a time where you wanted to stop playing soccer?
I think there was definitely moments, like many that I can recall, that I was thinking about it. But at the end of the day, I always knew that this is what God wants me to do and this is what makes me happy. But obviously there are going to be those moments when you have a bad game and you just feel like you're down on your luck and it can't get any worse. And those are the moments when I definitely thought, I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I putting myself through this situation? Why am I giving myself this much stress? But I think at the end of the day, I just realized this is what makes me happy and it's all worth it.
When did you start club and why?
I started club when I was in 3rd grade. It was really just because it was the next level for me. It was me and a lot of other players kind of age out or get too good for that level, so they got to go to club.
Can you list the teams you played for and why you decided to change clubs?
Yeah, so I first started, my first club was Joga Bonito Soccer Club with my absolute favorite coach, Coach Deen. My second club was Galaxy Soccer Club. My third club was Soccers, and then I went back to Galaxy and now I'm at Eclipse. I decided to move from Joga to Galaxy just because I had sent my first recruiting video out, and the feedback that I got from one of the coaches said that I was good, but I needed to play against better competition so they could see me at a better level and see if I still thrived. So we made that change. And then from Galaxy to Soccers, I didn't want to play high school season and I wanted to try out the DA, the Development Academy. So I was fortunate enough to be able to play a spring season with them. I decided that the DA wasn't for me. I really didn't I didn't think the level was a step up, so I just went back to Galaxy. I played there for 3 years and then recently just made the move to Eclipse just because my team had a lot of players leaving because they were seniors. And so I wanted a higher level and it was just kind of a safety net in case my team wasn't able to field enough players.
What are the challenges with changing clubs?
I would say just getting to know the team is pretty hard, especially for me because I'm not the most social person. I just kind of like to put my head down and get to work, but getting to know the players on the team is definitely a vital aspect of getting to know your new club and starting to play better at your new club. Breaking the lineup sometimes can be challenging, especially that was hard at Soccers because we had a lot of players that have been there for a long time and the club has to be loyal to them, but at the same time it's kind of finding that balance between making your team better but also being loyal to the people that have been there for a long time. So that's kind of hard on the coaches, but it's just hard on you too. You really have to stand out. And I would just say it's just different. Change is hard anywhere, and me personally, I don't like change at all, so that was hard, just getting used to something new.
Did you tell your parents you wanted to play in college, or was it almost expected?
I told them. I remember the first time I talked about recruitment was my coach at Joga, Coach Deen. He pulled me aside right before one of our big tournaments and said, he talked about Anson Dorrance, the coach of North Carolina, and how he has been recruiting girls and really picked up the women's side of the game. And he said, we're going to make you a recruitment video. We're going to put it online. And we're going to send it to all these coaches. And then I went home and told my parents, and I was all excited. They talked to Coach Deen, and once they saw how excited I was and that I wanted to do it, they said, okay, let's go for it. So we made one recruiting video. And then a year later, my parents asked me if I wanted to keep going. And I said yes. We made another one, and then it kind of took off from there.
What do you do when you need to get your mind off soccer?
I would say I kind of just talk to my friends, talk to my family. I spend a lot of time with my little brother. And I mean, it's always been a struggle for me to get my mind off of soccer. I really never have an off switch with the sport, which is a good thing in my opinion. But at the same time, if I need to get my mind off of a bad game, because I'm overthinking things. That's really been a challenge. But I like to read. That helps me a lot. So I do that at night when I'm overthinking after a bad game. Just hang out with my family. I call my family, my extended family, a lot and just talk about random things just because it helps me a lot.
Who helps you stay motivated?
Definitely my family and my closest friends, my extended family as well. They kind of are always cheering me on, always sending me texts before games saying good luck before ID camps. I just have a lot of support around me. My trainer as well, she's been incredible. Yeah.
How does your faith affect your game?
My faith is a huge part of my game. I definitely want to be the person I am without my faith. I went to Catholic school from kindergarten into 8th grade, and I could have gone farther, but I decided to go into public school. But I never lost my faith. I think that God made me to be a soccer player. My whole purpose in life is just to go as far as I can. And I know He's going to support my dreams just because I feel like that's what He wants me to do in life. I know a lot of people don't believe in God or don't believe that God gives them a purpose, but it's just personally what I believe. I believe that everything happens for a reason, no matter what, and I think God just really gives me a purpose to keep going in life.
Have you had any mental challenges you've had to overcome?
Many. I would say I am a huge overthinker. I overthink everything from a game. And that's been like the biggest mental challenge to overcome. I just constantly go over everything I did in a game over and over again. I go over my mistakes. I go over the things that I did well and I overthink them. I think I did them bad or I could have done them better. And I think that's just a big challenge that I still need to overcome. And that's when I use like the coping mechanisms like reading or just hanging out with my brothers or calling my extended family or even just like taking a nap honestly helps.
Discuss the emotions you have after a good game and after a bad game.
After a good game, I would say I'm just pretty calm. I'm glad that I got the job done. I get pretty pumped up when I score or if I have like a really good game. After a bad game, I'm just really disappointed because it's like, oh, I wasted another moment on the field because you never know how many games you have left. I'm disappointed. I feel like I let my family down, I let down my trainer, I let down my friends who believe in me, my teammates, and it might sound extreme, but that's how much passion I put into the game, and yeah.
There he is. Yeah!
Why didn't you play high school soccer your freshman year?
I decided to play at the Development Academy. It was something I wanted to try ever since the Development Academy was created. And I got the good chance to go play at Soccer's for a spring season and see if I really liked it. And so I played with them all throughout the spring. I decided I didn't like it, so I ended up playing club and then high school season the following year. But it was just kind of a good opportunity for me to try it without any pressure of staying or being committed for a full season.
How did your high school season go for your junior year, and what were your thoughts on it?
Our team went 12-4-1. I thought we did very well. We ended up losing in the sectional finals to Naperville North. It was a great learning experience. I loved playing with the girls. We had a great team. Everybody was really supportive of each other. Our seniors did a great job of leading. I couldn't be more complimentary of this team. Like, they were amazing. I don't think anybody had the chemistry that we did. I think that everybody really stepped up and it was almost like a team full of leaders. Nobody really had to be put in their place. I think that Coach Watson did an excellent job with the formation of our team and putting players in positions that they may not have played otherwise, but they were needed at the high school level. And I just think overall it was a really good learning experience.
How was the team dynamic?
Team dynamic was really good. I mean, it was like everybody was friends with everybody on the field, and then off, like, even though we had our different little friend groups, it didn't really matter. Everybody was nice to everybody. On the field, we knew it was time to get business done. And I think we just did a really good job of staying together, and our seniors did a great job of leading us.
Do you have a favorite memory from the season?
I think it would have to be the Plainfield North game. That was our regional championship game. We ended up being down 1-0 at half, even though we were the higher seed. and we came into the second half looking for a goal, and I distinctly remember one of my teammates, our goalie, Abby O'Connor, coming up to me and saying, "You got to get it done, kid, get us a couple goals." And I got the first one and tied it up, and then a few minutes later I had one of the best shots I had all season, chipped it right over the goalkeeper, and ended up having the winning goal of the game.
What did you like about Coach Ed Watson and his coaching style?
I think the thing I liked most about Watson's coaching style was that he didn't try to play the possessive game of soccer with high school soccer. It's kind of hard to do that just because you have girls that are coming from different clubs, a lot of people that haven't met each other before. And to play the possessive style of soccer, you really have to have good chemistry. It's not to say that he played kick and chase soccer. He really just gave us an objective of get it to our forwards and we'll play from there. His goal was just to score as many goals as possible. He wanted to win. That's what high school soccer is about. And he really made it clear what the focus was.
What do you think made you guys so successful this year?
I think that our collective want to win and the fact that we all listened to one another was really key in our success. A lot of the seniors that didn't play were absolutely so supportive. A lot of them became my best friends after the season. I think the fact that they were able to be so supportive, even while they weren't seeing the field in their senior season, just is a really big testament to the kind of people that they are. And I think just Watson's coaching style overall was really the glue that held us together.
Was it hard adjusting to a new position?
For sure. Adjusting from an attacking center mid to a forward, even though they're pretty similar roles, is definitely hard. One, you're always trying to get behind the ball and attack facing forward, whereas at forward, you're going to get the ball with your back to net quite a few times. I found myself the first couple of games of the season coming back into the midfield a little too much because I wanted to go help defend, but my coach really helped me through it, and watching film helped me realize that my job as a forward was to stay high and pressure the back line and get as many goals as possible. So that was kind of hard, but then I finally got it, and once I did, it really helped our team out.
What were your stats from the 2021 season?
I had 18 goals and 6 assists for a combined of 42 points. I made the All-DVC team for the DuPage Valley Conference. I got the DVC Silver Boot, which is second most goals scored in DVC play. And then I got All-Sectional.
Tell us about your trainer.
My trainer, Amanda Sinelli Solomon, she played for the University of Notre Dame. She won a national championship in 2004, which was her freshman season. And then she went on to play for the Red Stars before the league collapsed, and played a little bit for the youth national teams, and I believe she was on the national team for a little bit. And then she decided to end her soccer career so she could become a nurse and marry her husband.
In general, how has training with her helped you?
It's helped a tremendous amount. I remember talking with my dad after my first, I would say 6 months of training with her, and thinking, man, if I would have had Amanda earlier in my soccer career, I would have 10 offers by now. That's how good she is. She knows how to orchestrate each drill to be game-like. She tells me to go at full speed. She'd made my feet quicker than they were before, which I thought was impossible, just because to get your speed up and to get your quickness up from what you're already born with, it's just insanely hard. And she did it, and I didn't even notice the change until I watched film from a game. I just think that the mindset she's given me is, I was always a fearless player, but the fearlessness to be even more like myself and to go try moves and to not worry what any coach or what any player thinks about me really added to my game. And she's always just been a really good role model for me as well.
How has she helped with your recruiting process?
She has a lot of connections, so she has been able to call some coaches and get responses from them where previously my coaches weren't able to get any responses. Just her friendships throughout the soccer world has really helped.
When you see people like Jalen Howe playing both national and college level, or Lindsay Horan, who didn't go to college and pursued her professional career instead, is that something you would be interested in doing, or would you want to finish college first?
I would definitely want to finish college first. I think that the experience I get from each level that I play at is very special and very much needed in order to go to the next level. There's no rush for me in order to go and play at the professional level. I look at people like Mallory Pugh, who was on the national team when she was 18 years old, and then now she's still struggling to get on that national team. And I feel like being exposed to that national level too early is detrimental to someone's growth. I mean, it may have been the right decision for her, but in my opinion, it's not going to be the right decision for me. I think I still have so much more to learn before I get to that level.
What's coming up for you in the summer?
Lots of workouts, lots of training, many ID camps, just looking to get seen by colleges.
Where do you hope soccer takes you?
I hope it just gives me a life full of learning. I think that every soccer team I've been on, I've learned something very valuable, many life lessons. I hope it takes me to a professional career and a national career. I hope it gives me just many friends and just many life lessons is really all I'm looking for. It's just, I know I'll meet people along the way. They may not stay in my life for the whole time, but I know that they'll give me joy in those moments in my life, and I'm just hoping soccer will stay a part of my life forever.
Red Hawk goal by number 19, Molly O'Rear.
What made you
Stop! Freaking fly!
book?
I told you we just needed to practice. Go.
Yeah,
You needed a practice round, yeah.
you ready?
I needed a practice round, let's be real.
Right. We all did.
I'm not a news person that reads a teleprompter. Every time I look over, it's just you always check to see if it's ready. Why'd you look up at me like?
Because I saw you like fixing something.
Stop it. I'm fine.
Ready?
I'm good. Professional.
That's a loaded question.
Professional.
One. Okay. Ready?